monster!
There's an arrow in your butt!
Cherry flavored. Want to taste?
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
Talking Shrek, talking Shrek, talking. Talking Shrek, talking Shrek, talking. Talking Shrek, talking Shrek, talking. Talking Shrek, talking Shrek, talking.
Told Gordo, like, if you're not gonna get straight A's, you're not going to that blind school anymore, and we're paying way too much anyway.
Yeah.
He's such an ungrateful little.
I'll give him a break, man. He's blind.
Is that a blanket?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Why?
We
get cold.
While we're recording, or what's?
Oh, I've just been,
Have you been staying here again?
No.
Julian.
I did just last night, that's it.
Just last night?
Yeah.
Because Laura said you haven't been at home the last several nights. So, dude, I know you better than anyone. I know when you're lying to me.
Okay, yeah.
Are you staying here?
Last night, I was here 2 nights ago. I was here the 5th and the 6th of this month. You know, Laura moved home. She won't let me stay there. She won't let me see the kids. I don't know where else I'm supposed to. I pay a lease on this place. I can't use my own place.
Dude, this is a professional studio. There's not even bathrooms here. Where are you going?
I just go in the office park across the road.
Across the interstate?
Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah, it's easy. I only poop once a week.
Yeah, but you know, dude, your overactive bladder, man, you're going every hour or two.
It's all the green cornbread soaks up the water, poop once a week. It's no big deal, man.
Okay, so you're risking our lease by staying here and risking your life several times a night by running across
I don't know
highway.
Why you're so mad. I pay half.
Dude,
I don't use your half. I use my half of the studio.
Dude, this is like 100 square feet. You can't stay here.
Where am I going to go?
Dude, I offered you our backyard shed. It's cozy. Under the carport.
It's not cozy.
There's so many places for you to be.
It's freezing. It's not cozy.
Grab another blanket. That looks warm.
It is 100% wool.
Okay, can you listen?
Well, let's just talk about this later.
Hey,
what?
I need you to not. We
stay here.
Can't afford to lose our lease. You know, if Bogdan catches you in here again.
All right, I won't stay here. Mitch has been staying here too, with me. You gonna kick Mitch out?
Mitch, is that true?
Mitch, you've been staying with me.
Why is he shaking his
slumber party? Why not you stay over?
He's 15 years old.
Dude, you should stay with us. It'd be fun, a little slumber party. Just ask Fiona if she's down. I'm sure she is. She's cool. She's way cool. Fiona's one of the coolest women I've ever met.
I feel like if you just asked your sweet, sweet Laura, you could easily go back and stay. Are you just being too prideful?
The thing about Laura is she's a huge bitch. She is just nagging me constantly, you know? It's just like this and that. Sometimes I just need someone to be on my level and just chill.
See, I don't
Laura?
see it, because obviously you're around her more than I am. We're only over at your house Friday night, Saturdays, Sundays. We're here together Sunday nights, and then we have our nightly call. Sometimes she's on that call with you.
Sometimes I come over.
We have our Shrek suppers Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday.
So obviously I'm not around here as much as you, but
well,
I
and
feel
Shrek
like I hit
game,
him out.
Shrek Monopoly night
Okay.
is Friday night this week, right?
She's been nothing but loyal to you and caters to your every whim. Who made the green sourdough?
In front of everybody, she does. But when we're alone, it's a whole. I mean, I've told you about it. I don't want to go over this in front of everybody, but
Man, I would.
things are not going good
Okay.
for me and Laura.
I get it, and that's fine. And you do what you need to do, but this crosses the line. Can't stay here.
All right, man, I get it.
Um,
Sorry, Mitch, can't stay here anymore.
Okay.
Welcome
Better?
back to an episode of Talking Shrek.
We're on episode 84.
84, something like that. Anyway, we don't keep track. We just do it because we want to be with you guys. So thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks to everyone watching on the live stream right now.
Thanks to all of our Patreon subscribers, all of our OnlyFans subscribers. You've been a huge support, helping us cover the lease and what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't appreciate it more.
Yep. And the OnlyFans is brand new. We already have over 1,000 Patreon
Pictures.
subscribers.
Oh.
But yeah, if you want to join the OnlyFans, you get some special content on there. We usually post every night, sometimes together, sometimes alone. But
You're always going to get us, though.
it's OnlyFans at Talking Shrek. Talking Shrek.
Talking
TALKINGSHRRED. D. No, RHK. So
I
go
love
ahead
it.
and sign up there. We got some special stuff on there. But you're probably wondering why we don't have a special guest here today.
I'll tell you why, Jules. It's a little bit of kick in the pants, but we're being optimistic. We had a wish list of guests when we first started out on this quest
Venture.
of bringing Shrek into your homes and really helping you dive in further into the lovable world of all things Shrek. At the top of that list was none other than Mr. Mike Myers.
Oh, of course. We had to get Mike Myers on the show. It is a big feat. He's a busy guy. I'm sure it'd be very expensive, but we figured it would be worth it if we could get him for you guys and for us.
Unfortunately, there was literally no way we could get him. We reached out to his talent agency. They sent us a cease and desist letter. Actually, more than one.
Multiple, yeah.
Multiple ones.
They said we were bordering the line of harassment or something like that.
So we got the next best thing. The absolute next best thing. Tell us about it, buddy.
Turns out that Mike Myers has a love child out of wedlock with Julia Roberts. Julian Myers. We found out about him. We didn't have any of his information. So what we did is we went on a quest for you guys, just like Shrek and Donkey would. And posted in forums, hey, do you guys know Julian Myers? Give us his info, dox him to us so that we can get him on the podcast. And guess what? I actually had someone reach out to me, which is funny because it was Julian Myers, but to hide his identity because, you know, he's a huge star. Mike Myers' son's a huge star.
I bet he gets swamped everywhere he goes.
Oh, yeah. He added me on Facebook, and I was like, who is this? Because he didn't go by that name. He went by Ahim Kadir on Facebook. But he, you know, and he didn't have very many friends, not really any photos, just this one. And at first I was like, who is this? Is this a fan? Is it someone, you know, reaching out to maybe see if they can be on the show? Because we do get a lot of those. But he said, hey, I'm Julian Myers. and I said, wow.
It's really happening.
Oh yeah. It's almost as if the swamp all really came together and just plopped a fat, juicy mushroom right in front of me. And I, of course, I responded as quickly as I could. I said, "Oh, hey man, we've been looking to get in touch with you. We'll fly you out. We'll pay for everything, flight included, hotel included, and then depending on the views and things we get, we can give you a cut of that episode." And I offered to buy Ahim, aka Julian Myers, the ticket to come out here. He was actually staying in Uganda.
I guess his parents had some sort of timeshare.
Right.
That's how he put it.
Yeah, some sort of timeshare. Anyway, flights are not cheap from Uganda. I said, "Hey man, I'll buy you the ticket right now. Let's seal the dizzle." He said he could get a better deal if I just sent him the cash. So
PayPal'd him,
and then he wanted some gift cards. He didn't want the physical copy. I ran to Target, grabbed 4 or 5 gift cards.
Yeah.
$500 on there a piece just for travel expenses. We want him to get a nice dinner while he's on the flight. It's a long flight. Money for the hotel when he got here. Got the credit cards, gave him all the info. Got all the money, and then he said he'll be on his way. Now, he was supposed to be here 2 days ago to run through everything, and he's not here yet.
We've been trying to reach him, and again, this is where we're really trying to give the benefit of the doubt and be as positive as possible. When we said, "Hey, it's been more than 48 hours, where are you?" We didn't see any delay in flights. We didn't get an answer for a while. He did send us this boarding pass.
Yeah.
And so you knew it was legit. I mean, we're not a couple of suckers. We know that there are awful people in this world that will take advantage of the most purest of hearts like us. So we asked him to send us his boarding pass. He obviously did. It checks out. I think it's against martial law to doctor these things. So we're good to go there. We finally got a call back about 4 or 5 a.m. this morning. Woke up me and my whole family, but I looked and it was our friend Julian Myers. He apologized profusely, said, "I'm sorry, my phone ran out of minutes. I had to run into the Boost Mobile to reload the minutes," which is funny. I didn't know that Boost Mobile had a presence in Uganda. Apparently they do. They're the #1 wireless provider there. I said, "Hey man, if you're ever looking for a change, we have a couple of guys over at Cricket Wireless down at the Tabini Mall."
Larry and Tim.
Yep. And I said they have a really great free nights and weekends plan that they can get you hooked up with, just like that.
Oh yeah.
He said he's good.
Mention our names and you'll get a great deal at Cricket. Not you, or Julian. If he mentioned our names, you'd get a great deal.
He said he'd be here just a couple minutes late. We're still waiting for him. We have a chair here available that we can scoot in as soon as he gets here.
Yeah, we just hope he shows up. His Facebook's gone now. I mean, I get it. Once he started, messaging me about who he is, I'm sure there's some logistic in there that, he kind of gave away his identity, and he probably got a bunch of messages.
You don't want to get stuff leaked.
So we can't hit him up on Facebook. His phone seems to be dead or out of minutes again, so we're just hoping he shows up. So I'm thinking, this episode we kind of pump the brakes. We've been cruising through everything pretty quickly. So unless he shows up, we're going to go over a couple things that really we've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah. And I mean, I think to really double down on what you just said, baby boy, is we've been getting a lot of feedback that we've just been putting the fire hose to your mouth and cranking it on full blast. I know
a lot of info.
Over the last several dozen episodes, we've really gone into the depths of Shrek. I think we're almost at minute marker 13, if I remember right. So
15, yeah, around 15.
Let's take it back a little bit. We have so much fan mail and fan submitted questions and content to catch up on that we thought that this might be a good catch up time.
Right, a good opportunity to really talk to you guys and answer some of your questions and things. So I guess let's get into it here. I think the first thing, Mitch, we're going to go over, if you don't mind pulling this up, we were going to do some fan artwork. Haven't seen him yet, but we love when you guys send us fan mail. I really try to look through each individual question and fan art, but you know, when you're getting hundreds and hundreds of letters and submissions a day, it's kind of hard for us to get through them all. So we apologize if you didn't get yours in this time. Keep sending them. The more you send them, the better chances we'll see it.
So this first art submission is from Karen Gillen, 4 years old, of
Wow.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Thanks, Karen. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. For a 4-year-old, that's not too bad, huh?
I like the watercolors, the shape. I would say it's definitely a little bit more of a sensual feel. That kind of makes me a little uncomfortable that she is 4.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, I think her parents really have an aspiring artist here in the next few years. Get her into art school.
I mean, Lord knows that there's a big market for Shrek-related high art.
Oh yeah, huge market, and it's ever growing.
A $1 billion industry, I read in Forbes.
This year, right? Thanks, Karen. Let's go to the next one here. It looks like Willie Brooks, 15 years old. Go ahead and pull that up, Mitch. Wow.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, right
Kind of
here.
like, yeah.
That's really cool.
You like the flow? The rule of thirds, right?
Right. Oh yeah.
So you got 1, 2, 3, or if you're taking it from this way, watching at home.
Right, the rule of
1,
thirds.
2, 3.
Go ahead and flip it, actually. Whoa! See that? It was an upside down picture, actually. I think it's meant to be this way. Is it?
Maybe turn it on its side,
Turn it
Marcus.
sideways. Wow.
Okay.
I feel like any
It
way.
kind of works any way you slice it.
Yeah, that's really creative. I really like how you added some of our own personal things that we've said on here. That's really cool. Good art. Great job. Great job.
We got some talented listeners, man.
I think we got one more.
Yeah. This is from Jasmine Bazile
Jasmine.
of Orem, Utah.
From Utah.
She said she submitted this for her 7th grade reflections art
7th
contest
grade reflections contest.
and won 4th place.
Won 4th place. That's great.
Okay.
Keep working. Keep practicing.
I love that for you, Jasmine. I'm glad that you're happy with it.
Yeah, you should keep it. Put it on your wall,
Yeah. Maybe in your room.
away from other.
You don't want it to get damaged.
Like, I hate to be a dick, but
It's not
some
good.
people aren't meant to be artists.
It's
you
not
know?
good, Jasmine.
And the people who aren't meant to be artists are meant to be mathematicians or scientists or
Like
carpenters.
softball coaches.
PE teachers.
You got janitors. You got
grass mowers, flower pickers,
candy cane makers.
friendly neighbors that you love and you love all the same.
Band-Aids.
Bear pickers, you know, banjo pickers, guitar pickers, guitar pick makers, guitar pick connoisseurs. So it's probably one of those that you should be. But we do appreciate your submission.
Thank you, Jasmine.
All right. Let's just dive right into our next fan submissions. It looks like we're at fan lookalike contest. We've been wanting to do this one for a while. I think we mentioned it in some of the beginning episodes. We just got sidetracked. So we do have some of the old submissions. We're sorry if we didn't get the new ones recently. You guys have been submitting lookalikes like crazy. Do you want to go over the rules?
Yeah, so the rules are, this isn't cosplay, this isn't Halloween, this isn't dress up, this isn't Moo Moo's Day, definitely not Rim Bim Day. These are natural features that are very much Shrek or Shrek related looking, right?
Right.
So we're talking robust chests. We're talking elongated noses.
We're talking big shoulders.
We're talking sprouting ears.
We're talking tiny knees.
Tiny knees. We're talking grizzly hands.
Petite feet.
Petite feet. We're talking homemade clothes and haircuts. This isn't cosplay. This isn't, San Diego Comic-Con. It's not Salt Lake Comic-Con. It's not New York Comic-Con. It's not Seattle Comic-Con.
It's not best Photoshop picture.
Right. None of that. We know when it's doctored, so really none of that. It'll defeat the whole purpose. This isn't Halloween. This isn't Rim Bim Day. It's definitely not Moo Moo Day. These are real, natural,
Looks.
beautiful
Yeah.
looks and features that are Shrek-like.
Right. We want all natural. We want people to look like Shrek. We want, people with big chests.
Big chest, robust noses.
Big shoulders.
I'm talking big green lips.
Yeah, big green lips.
Like this.
But no,
But
like I said, no plastic surgery, all natch. We want big teeth, big jaggedy teeth. We want tiny knees.
Oh, those are my favorite. Those are my favorite.
Petite feet.
Petite feet.
Nimble, but yet very large.
We're talking people in everyday life that love to just wear burlap sacks around their torso. They like to just wrap rags around their feet. Their feet are so elongated and the toenails so putrid that they couldn't fit into traditional footwear.
Right, we're talking rough hands. We're talking carpenter hands, rough elbows. We're talking skinny, long arms and translucent skin type of people.
We're talking sprouting ears. We're talking ears that have a large, overwhelming amount of earwax buildup.
Right. We're talking tiny, beady little dot eyes. Any of those. You don't have to have all of them, but if you have one or two or most of those qualities, we want a picture of you and we want to judge it. We want a Shrek lookalike.
And we need to be clear, there's no shame involved in this. There's no shame. It's really just flaunting what you were born with, showing what God gave you. And if anything, I feel like there's a lot of charm to be had with this.
And we talked about this too. We didn't want people thinking we're going into this making fun of anyone.
We're celebrating.
We're celebrating people who look different. We don't want a model body cut, petite breast, beautiful hips, large,
supple
ass. We want people who look a little different because being different is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think Shrek and all of our Shrek lovers would agree. So I guess the first one here to be celebrated is Kathy Jensen.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I mean, you really see it up here in the eyebrows, the very dominant eyebrows,
Mm-hmm.
kind of Neanderthal-like.
Yeah, I see that.
Come
that
down
for
like
sure.
this.
I like how her eyes are pretty sunken in to her head.
Mhm.
It almost looks like she hasn't slept or bathed in months.
I disagree. I think she looks well rested, but full of wisdom. Those eyes sink in
okay.
closer to the brain.
Yeah. I guess you could see it either way, really. Some would look at someone and say, not well rested,
Some would say wise.
crack,
Wise beyond their years.
meth. We say wisdom and life experiences that have brought you to the point you're at, which is a beautiful thing. I like this one.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna take this one home for my
All right.
home lab.
Okay, you want a copy of this?
Yeah.
Okay, for your home lab.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, could you get him a copy of this along with the stools that he wanted the other day?
I'm talking probably 8 by 10. 2 of them.
Yeah, and the stools. They're in the fridge.
Can you print out
Put 'em in
the
his-
wallet size? Yeah, probably
3?
no,
Yeah, I'll take
probably
one.
3 of those.
Just for memoir.
Our next submission comes from Krishna Goodman. Okay. You tell me who this looks like.
Whoa. Wow, yeah, that does look a lot like Shrek. Well, maybe not Shrek, but maybe Fiona.
Fiona. It's very ogre-ish.
Or an ogre, yeah. Maybe
Just
not
an ogre.
Shrek, but like a cousin of Shrek. So very,
Yeah.
pretty similar.
So I think if we would take the circumference of that oblong head,
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely something to be had there. This isn't very humanoid.
Right. This is very kind of nightmarish.
It's alarming. I feel like if my sweet children, Fiona Jr. and my other kid were with me, they would want to cross to the other side of the street.
Oh, yeah. It's absolutely horrifying, but in the most beautiful way. I think I know where this is going. All right, and let's get to our last one here. Johnny Goodman.
Hey, thank you, Krishna.
Johnny Goodman. Oh, that's
Same lesson.
Krishna Goodman's
Husband or brother?
husband or brother.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, cool.
take a look.
Yeah. Nothing in the rules about that. Very round.
That's got to be the dad.
Yeah, that's got to be the pep. I really like. The shoulders are there and the roundness of the stomach, but I don't really see the legs.
There's not much to be had with the lower, but
They should have maybe even taken a picture just waist up. And you can do that. There's nothing in the rules about that. If one part of you doesn't look like Shrek, you can kind of just crop it. We're judging just the parts.
Yeah.
But this is great. I think, honestly, we might have a winner, at least the top half,
Mr.
in my
Goodman.
opinion.
Yeah, man, that barrel chest, those burly shoulders.
She's definitely got the build.
Yeah.
The build.
You know the age-old saying, you gotta have rough hands in order to know how to be gentle.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this guy, great dad, even better lover.
Good dad, better lover. He's got a daughter, Krishna, or husband, or wife, or husband, Krishna. Sorry, male or female. I'm not sure.
We don't assume gender around here.
But let's go. Let's go over, guys. Kathy Jensen, Krishna Goodman, or Johnny Goodman. My vote. I think Johnny would be number one. Krishna and Kathy. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Krishna by a close second.
Yeah.
And Kathy third.
Yep.
Although it was very close, Kathy. That was a great submission. I did like that one a lot. In fact, we're gonna get a couple of pictures printed. Keep those for keepsakes.
If you would like to submit your lookalikes going forward, we will curate these, and I would say review them every couple of episodes. Obviously, always talking to Shrek at gmail.com. In the title, put I look like Shrek, and I want you to look at this picture of me looking like Shrek.
Yep, and the prizes. We told you there was going to be a prize. We kind of scrambled this together. First prize gets a luxury one-night hotel stay at the Rockton Inn in northern Wyoming.
Mm-hmm. Second prize, hot commodity, a complimentary Totino's party pack.
Nice.
We're
That's a
talking
good prize.
4 party pizzas for your Shrek game night. It doesn't have to be Shrek game night. It could be your Shrek rewatch. Shrek game night, Shrek conversations.
We do want you to use it in a Shrek-related activity, though. You don't have to, but we want you to. And they don't come frozen. They're actually thawed in the back of my car right now. It's about 85 degrees out. So when you get these, you're going to want to throw them in the oven right away because
They might be falling apart.
they're starting to stink. So I would even probably take the pepperonis off because those are the first things to spoil on a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce our last prize, which actually ties directly into a new exciting announcement?
Yes. So you've probably seen this candle before. We do hand make these candles. You will be receiving one of our Apple Good candles. They're all green. There's different smells. We're going to send you an apple one because we have a lot of them. So you'll be getting one of those. We'll mail it to you. Just Mitch will hit you up, get your info. We'll get that sent out. And if you guys want to purchase one of these Applegood candles, you can. Just send us an email at talkingshrek@gmail.com. Put in the subject, I want a candle, I want a candle, I want a candle now. I want a candle, I want a candle, I want a candle now. And then we'll know it's about the candles. And then Mitch will get right back to you to get those sent out.
Mm-hmm.
$25.99. 3 payments.
Should we get into the letters, man?
Yeah. So, well, did you want to do some of the general questions first?
I guess those are probably the heavy hitters.
So we do have some letters. We figured we'd do some personal questions today. Let's real quick do some of the general questions. We get these questions all the time. They're filled with, a lot of these are common questions we haven't answered yet. So let's run through these real quick. Where did you first hear about Shrek? Get that one all the time. That's a very good one. As you know, we read the books before the movie came out. Huge fan of the books, huge fan of the movies. I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
I first heard about Shrek from my daughter's sister's brother. We were at a big family gathering. We were making, I think it was Thanksgiving dinner. It was like 2 days before Thanksgiving. We were prepping some of the, the fondue and the broccoli casserole, things like that. And my father's sister's brother came up to me and said, "Hey, have you heard about Shrek?" And I said, Shrek? What the hell are you talking about?
What is this word?
Right, like
I can imagine.
get the hell away from me. You stupid bitch. And she repeated, she said, "I've heard about Shrek. It's an animation that's going to be made here. It's a book that's coming out, and then it's going to be an animation, and it's going to be one of the biggest family hits of all time." And I said, "What the hell are you talking about? Did you hear me? Get the fuck away from me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't like you. I'm here for the food."
Yeah.
And she said, "No, you got to hear me out on this. It's about a green man." And that really struck me and kind of put me back in my place. And I have to admit, I said, "Tell me more.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more." So she kind of gave me the rundown on the opsis of the book, and about Shrek and his life and his strength and his
You were excited.
goodwill, and
You were
I was
excited.
hooked. I immediately left the Thanksgiving dinner, said, "I got to get home now." I left Laura there,
Yeah.
left the kids there,
Uh-huh.
went home, started researching. Since that day, I just couldn't stop reading the synopsis, couldn't stop thinking about it, couldn't stop drawing what I thought he was going to look like. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I never get sick of you telling that story.
It's a good story,
You
yeah.
told that to me, I think, just earlier this week.
Right, on our nightly call.
Mine is a little bit more different of a path, a little bit more grim. I think that some would say. I'd say it was one of the happiest days of my life. 1995, just a couple years after the original book came out. I was at, just like any other good boy, at Wednesday night Sunday school with my pastor. It was a little bit different, a little odd because it was private one-on-one Sunday school lessons.
One-on-one nights, yeah.
And he said, "Hey Jacob, come here. We're not going to have it in the normal Sunday school room. We're going into the basement for our one-on-one teachings." He said, "I have a secret, and this secret needs to stay between me and you. You can't
Right.
tell anyone else, or some real bad things can happen." He took me to the basement. It was very dimly lit. I could still remember the musty smell.
Mm-hmm.
There were old communion wafers off in the corner that some mice were nibbling on. He said, "Okay, I need you to go ahead and sit there in that chair."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Do you mind if I take off my coat?" I said, "That's fine." He's like, "Do you mind if I undo my tie a little bit?" I said, "That's fine."
It's hot. It's
He
musty.
went to
right?
reach into his pants, and he whipped out a copy of Shrek. And he showed me, he's like,
Yeah.
most people aren't very fond of non-Judeo-Christian writings in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, this will be our little
He
secret.
kept it like in the Bible, didn't he? He had
Yeah,
like
he
a
just
cutout
folded
in
it
the
out.
Bible and whipped it out.
Yeah, like he put the copy of the book on the Bible, and he,
Kind of trimmed out
yeah.
a layer there.
So we stayed there in that dark basement for hours. We
Mhm.
reread it probably 22, 23 times. We were laughing, we were crying, we were hugging. We were giving each other, piggyback rides around the basement. It was,
Yeah.
I would give almost anything to go back and relive that moment in my life.
Mhm.
I feel like that's really where life began. They say people stop prospering if they don't have something to look forward to. That's when I started having things to look forward to. And that's where I felt like I started to
Right.
blossom as
Yeah.
a youth.
You didn't have really any goals or ambitions at that point, right?
No. I wasn't working towards anything or for anything.
Right. And my pastor used to give me little kissies on my cheeks. He'd call them little kissy time. Those were great, but not nearly as great as, learning about some real history and something of sustenance from your pastor, like the Shrek book.
Yeah.
That is a great
What a
story,
gift.
and honestly, man, you should be calling him up and thanking him every day for.
We do. We
Sharing.
email. We're on AOL Messenger together. We're
Mm.
oftentimes
Oh.
creating connections and,
I didn't know you
compare
guys
and
still talk.
contrast between Christian teachings and Shrek. I feel like there are a lot of undertones that maybe we can get into someday, but there's a lot more to it than one would think.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you still keep up with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good story. Thanks for the question.
Another general question, we get this more than I can count, and it's simply, what's some of your favorite Shrek-themed recipes?
Oh yeah, we get this one a lot, and we've kind of shared, just a general idea of what we eat every night, and at our Shrek suppers, and for lunches, and the cornbread we mass make and put in the freezer. But we haven't really shared like a real recipe with you, I guess. What really goes into it, and how to make it a little special. And I'd say that we have found a technique and way of making green food that outweighs anyone else's, including Dave Ramsey's. I'd love for Dave Ramsey to come and try it out and tell us what he thinks,
Yeah.
because as we know, he's a master. But I think as far as green food goes, we are the masters in that realm.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just kind of do 1-2 techniques, recipes at a time. We'll try to keep doing this segment.
Yeah.
So if you like it, let us know in the comments, and we'll keep doing it. Did you want to? I know you had something in mind.
Yeah, no, I have a few. Let me just go over our typical Friday night dinner.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's a good one to start with. Yeah.
We're getting a pizza base. Obviously, we have to go with the pesto sauce. It's nice. It's
Green.
green. Yeah. Yeah. Do about 2 or 3 layers of green baby spinach. Get a couple different
Yeah,
earthy
yeah.
tones of green. Now with the cheese,
Do you usually chop? Sorry. Do you usually chop the?
no,
Just
just straight,
rinse them or
No.
rinse them off?
just right on.
Okay.
How do you think our green babe would do that?
Right.
He's not
Yeah. Yeah.
chopping. He's eating.
Raw.
So most people will take the easy route and just go buy cheese and mix it with food coloring. Our technique takes the whole week prior. We get just a regular old bag of mozzarella and we let it turn green by not putting it in the fridge.
Right.
Usually works out pretty well. That, and then we'll throw some limes on the top.
And to throw in too, I know the best place to put the cheese so that it turns green the quickest. But why don't you share with us your technique? And do you just, I guess, just leave it out on the counter? Do you put it in the sun? Do you put it in, the trunk of your car? Where's the best place they can put?
Yeah, we have an
cheese?
old aquarium in our backyard that we no longer use. I
Mhm.
will go and put it in there. I feel like it's sanitary, it's safe, it's directly within the sun's rays.
Right.
And we have clamps on the top so the neighborhood coons and kittens and mice and
And
bears and boys, you know,
Mhm.
whatever the youths are
Right.
doing these days. It stays safe and it's ready for a Friday night.
Right, and the glass, you definitely want the glass to be pretty clear, right? Because you want the rays to be able to penetrate that glass and kind of warm up inside of the aquarium.
Yep.
That's very important. You don't want a broken fish tank or aquarium. You definitely want that glass and the sunlight coming right through that glass to keep
Mhm.
that warm. So you throw the cheese on there, right? You pop her in the mic,
Yeah. Microwave 1.5, 2 minutes.
1.5, 2 minutes.
You don't want it too well done. We like it slimy, a little on the slimy side.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah.
crisp.
A little slimy, and that's pretty important. I think if you put it in there for longer, it would really take away from the flavor that we've found to be the best. So you want to follow what we've told you pretty on the nose, or you're gonna have something just not good, probably. Great.
What about that
Great.
world famous dessert you made for us last weekend?
Oh yeah. Should I go over that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first, this is one of my favorite desserts. I am a dessert guy. I love desserts. This is probably my top 3, I'd say, and the family's top 3. Fiona's, his wife's top 3, and I make
Is
it
it?
for Fiona all
I
the
didn't
time.
even know that.
Oh yeah, sometimes I'll make it for her. She'll come over. I'll make it for her. Anyways, so I first start off with some creamed corn. Let it kind of ferment in a bowl. You want to get a pretty large bowl. It's a big recipe. You want to put plastic wrap on there. Let the corn really ferment in there, and you'll know really when it's ready. Sometimes it can take 2 or 3 days, but you want to smell it. If it smells like a swamp, you know it's ready. You'll take the creamed corn, throw it in a bowl, another bowl, place that bowl to the side. Use the same bowl that the creamed corn fermented in. You want to keep the residue in there. This is important. You want to fill it with water. You want to microwave that for about 15 to 20 minutes. Pull it out. Scrape it all off. Get that water nice and murky with the leftover creamed corn residue. You want to take that. You want to put it in a larger bowl. Take that larger bowl. Put your creamed corn into the milk water. Add that in. Stir it in, and then you can do this either way. You can buy a crust from the store, or you can make a homemade crust. You just want to use animal crackers, actually.
Yep.
I like the little pink ones. Those are really good to make crusts out of. Either way, whatever you prefer, this isn't a huge deal. Take your mixture with the cream corn and the water, put it in your crust, your pie pan. Add some brown sugar on top. You don't want to mix the brown sugar. You want it just right on the top of that cream corn. And then a little bit of whipping cream on there. And then you put that in the oven for 2.5 hours on 400. Bake that up. You'll smell it. It's strong. When you start getting that whiff of swamp and mildew, you'll know it's ready. Now, it doesn't taste like it smells. Trust me on this, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
We pull it out. It's pretty much like a soup, so you want to scoop it out, but you want to make sure to get some of that milk water on there as well. Add a little more whipped cream and serve.
Yeah.
Delicious.
And I know a lot of people are thinking that's got to taste like Diet Swamp. It is fully leaded down home
Cookie.
swamp flavor.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Delicious.
One more. Let me just share a cheat code, then we can move on. We recently found this out. During the power outages here, we couldn't go to the store. We couldn't order in. I came up with a genius idea. We could make any food around the house. We're talking casseroles. We're talking enchiladas. We're talking about waffles. We're talking about Belgian waffles, cheese platters, anything like that. We actually ordered green tinted glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Put the glasses on. What does that food look like?
Green.
Green.
Right, and this is for really emergencies. With the recipes we just mentioned, it has a natural green to it because of the fermentation and the letting it sit. But if you need to turn anything green, you want to keep green food dye in hand. If you ran out of green food dye, it's sold out at the store. It's very popular. Grab some of those glasses. You can turn any food green with those, and to get the sense, that everything's green.
Yeah. It's a bit of a placebo effect, but we do want to stress this is worst case scenario. This is all cards played, no other moves to be had.
All right. And our last question. How much money do you make per episode? Right?
Yeah, we get this a lot.
We'll make this quick. We don't do it for the money. We do it for you. We do it for the legacy of Shrek.
Yeah.
Good question, though. All right, and the last one. Let's see. What is something you would change about each other? What's something you would change about each other?
Like me and you? Me change about you?
I guess, yeah.
Huh.
Honestly,
I don't know if I'd change. You're the yin to my yang, man.
yeah. I'm your
We're
yam to
counterparts.
your shell.
We're like counterparts.
We're like two scissors in a bowl.
Two scissors in a bowl. We're two cucumbers.
We're two shields of glory back to back, protecting the inner
Sanctum.
seed and sanctum of our love, Shrek love. We're two Mimi boys, Moo Moo boys.
Just perfect for each other.
Perfect round beings of, nothing. I wouldn't change a thing about you. One thing that does kind of bug me, though, is you won't admit that Shrek is a cannibal. But we've talked about that on previous episodes.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's the only thing. And that's a joke, my friend.
Yeah. I mean, I would change, I think, the way you treat sweet Laura.
The way I treat Laura?
Yeah. She's a nice lady. I think
You
I
have a
don't think
problem
you
with that?
get two, let alone one sweets in your name.
I don't think I treat her badly at all.
Okay. You can agree to disagree, that's fine.
Well, now that we're talking about wives, I guess what I would change is about Laura is Laura, if you're listening to this, and she won't listen to it. That's the thing, is she's not going to listen to this. I could say anything I want because she doesn't care.
Let's rub it back in.
She doesn't care.
I
would change, Laura is just not on my level. She won't even bother watching this. I need someone who can really be on my level, be as knowledgeable about Shrek and Shrek the Halls and Shrek 1 and 2 and 3 and Shrek merchandise and Shrek cooking as I am. I want someone to push me. I want someone right at that level, maybe just a little above me.
Can I say something real quick?
Can I
say something real quick before we get too far carried away? Let me tell you from personal experience, it can be exhausting. Fiona's on that level with me, and sometimes she will wake me up in the middle of the night after hours and hours of research, challenging me on a claim that I've made about the movie and the lore. So it does get...
Sounds great.
It gets exhausting, man. I need someone to treat me like the king of the swamp and put me on that slimy pedestal rather than having us be equals, right? I would love for someone to quietly make the green sourdough and talk to me when talked to, yet still have some sort of faith and admiration of Shrek, but ultimately yielding to my knowledge and coming to me as a source of truth and patriarchy.
Right, and see, what I need from Laura is someone who is really the opposite of that. Someone who is more of an alpha male and is dominant over me. I am more of a submissive, and so I need someone to take control, loud, outgoing, always on it, so that I'm pushing. Someone more of an alpha male in the family. You know, not that I'm not an alpha male. I'm the alpha of my pack.
How could that ever? That could never happen. We're playing with the cards that we were dealt.
Right. Right, and you know, it's just the way the cards fold for us sometimes.
Good question so far.
Great
guys.
question though.
Hey Swampies, it's Jacob from the Talking Shrek podcast. As always, thank you for joining us today. Unfortunately, YouTube limits how much Shrek-related content you can have per hour of YouTube video before there's copyright claims from the studio. So tune in next week for the exciting conclusion, part 2 of this amazing episode. And as always, ogre and out.
This is the part where you run away.